Welcome back to DXB today. I'm so excited to be joined in the studio now by an international singer-songwriter, Enzo. Enzo, thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you so much for having me.
How's it going for you?
It's going great, you know, we're in Dubai, you know, the weather's great, I can't complain.
No, exactly, there are never any complaints about the weather in Dubai. So you've flown in from Canada to be with us today.
Yeah.
We're so grateful. And I'm really interested, we were talking off air before, about your incredible journey towards being this performer. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, well, I guess I started like doing music at a really young age. Started with the violin when I was maybe 6 years old.
I bet that was fun for your household.
That was very fun for my household. I mean, my parents decided to put me there, so you know,
that's their fault.
choice.
Yep.
They got to bear the consequences. But yeah, I went through many different instruments, then started singing on stage when I was about 15, so it's been a while. And yeah, I went from there. I was in a band when I was younger, then went to Canada because I grew up in Lebanon.
Okay.
So then I went to Canada, studied music there, studied jazz there.
Wow.
And I developed my artistry when I was in Canada, basically.
Because that's what I was going to ask. You've mentioned jazz. So what? And I've heard the sound check beforehand. You're in for a treat. What are your inspirations when it comes to your actual songwriting and performing? Then.
Yes, I think every artist will put down whatever like formed them as an artist, you know, throughout their journey. So I started with like rock, alternative rock. Then when I studied jazz, I was really deep into the tradition of jazz, the history, all of that. I studied gospel a little bit, studied soul, R&B. So there's a lot of all of that kind of merged together, especially in the song that I'll be performing today.
Which is what I was going to ask. So very quickly, tell us about what we're going to hear tonight, because I know it's one of your songs.
It's one of my songs. It's the first single that I released. It's called Shame. I wrote that. It actually comes from like a bit of a dark story, but I always feel that like you can always make light from darkness, you know. So yeah, it's a song that mostly talks about like the concept of mourning, losing people, how you deal with that. You know, it came about after the events that happened in 2020 in Lebanon, you know, and so I composed this, I wrote it, I left it on the shelf for a bit. Years later, I'm just in the studio with my producer Housefly, who produced this song, and he just brought it to life, and I think the result is really beautiful.
And I can say as well, so we're so excited to have you perform it. Before we let you get on, tell us about anybody watching that wants to follow you and hear more about your journey.
Yeah, so you can follow me on social media, you know, mostly Instagram, TikTok. It's Enzo's Music on almost all platforms, you know, Enzo the Singer on TikTok. And yeah, you can follow me there. There's new songs coming up, and there's, you know, a lot more in store.
Oh, I cannot wait, and I cannot wait to hear you perform, so I'm going to let you get ready.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So for now, Matha, it is over to you.
Thank you, Katie. Well, I can't wait to hear Enzo's performance, but first, I want to remind viewers that if they missed any of the episodes or they want to see some of our exclusive interviews, go check out our YouTube at Dubai One TV.
And of course, there is Instagram. Make sure you go and follow us at Dubai One TV as well. That's where all the competitions are. And don't forget to use the hashtag DXB today if you see anything in and around this incredible city of ours that we should check out.
And do not forget that we are live every single night, both on your telly, but also online, Dubai1.ae, 8 p.m. every single evening. Now, do tune in next week because we'll be revisiting some of Dubai's most ambitious goals for the future. For now, though, as promised, some world-class music. Playing us out live, it's over to you, Enzo. Good night.
I wish that I could call out your name. I wish that I would see you again, but I know I can't walk down the street where we were friends and hold off the tears. I wish I could smile and laugh. I wish I had tried enough, but it's hard to explain when you're alone, to fight all the pain since you've been gone. But smile, but I'm barely moving, moving. No, I'm barely moving, but I'm barely moving, moving. No, I'm barely moving. So I pick up the pieces and live to be strong. I play with my demons to write you this song. But who's there for me when darkness goes bright? When I start to move, when I know it ain't right. I can't buy more flowers and walk all the way to your grave just to see it's not just me who wishes they could call out the names of all those we lose, falling in disgrace.